Finnish court sentences Biafran separatist Simon Ekpa to 6 years for terrorism charges. In a landmark ruling with far reaching implications, the district court in Finland has sentenced Simon Ekpa, a dual Finnish Nigerian citizen and prominent Biafran separatist leader, to 6 years in prison for terrorism related offenses. The verdict, delivered on Monday, marks a significant international legal response to Ekpa's online campaigns that allegedly incited violence in Nigeria's southeastern region, reigniting tensions tied to the region's fraught history of secessionist struggles. The court found Ekpa guilty of public incitement to commit crimes with terrorist intent, participation in the activities of a terrorist group, aggravated tax fraud, and violations of the Finland's Attorneys Act. Prosecutors presented evidence that Eba, who styled himself as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, used digital platforms from his base in Lahti, Finland, between 2021 and 2024 to orchestrate a campaign aimed at establishing an independent Biafran state. This included calls for violence and economic disruptions, such as lockdowns in Nigeria's Igbo dominated southeast, which authorities linked to attacks on security forces and civilian unrest. The trial, which began in May 2025 following Ekpa's arrest in November 2024, involved extensive cooperation between Finnish and Nigerian authorities. According to a report by BBC News Pidgin, Finnish prosecutors amassed substantial evidence of Ekpa's online activities, including social media posts and radio broadcasts, which they argued constituted terrorism under Finnish law. The court also addressed financial irregularities, convicting him of tax fraud. Though charges against four individuals suspected of funding his operations were dropped due to insufficient evidence, as noted by the Finnish National Prosecution Authority. The sentencing resurrects the complex legacy of Biafra, a breakaway state that declared independence from Nigeria on May 30, 1967, under the leadership of Lieutenant Colonel Odumegwu Ojukwu. The move followed years of ethnic tensions, exasperated by the 1966 Nigerian military coups and subsequent pogroms against the Igbo people in the north, which drove over 1 million refugees back to the southeast. The resulting Nigerian Civil War, lasting from 1967 to 1970, saw Biafra's defeat after a brutal conflict that claimed over 5 million lives, many due to starvation caused by a Nigerian blockade. Post war, Biafran aspirations persisted, evolving into modern separatist movements. The Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, founded in 2012 by Nnamdi Kanu, emerged as a leading voice, advocating for self determination through peaceful protests and later armed resistance. IPOB was proscribed as a terrorist organization by Nigeria in 2017, a designation upheld by an Abuja court in 2023, despite a 2023 High Court ruling in Enugu nullifying it. Ekpa, aligning himself with IPOB's cause, rose to prominence after Kanu's arrest in Kenya in 2021, positioning himself as a key figure in the movement's exile operations. Ekpa's rise and downfall. Born in 1985 in Ohauku, Ebonyi State, part of the former Biafran territory, Ekpa was a former athlete, winning a silver medal in the 100-meter race at the 2003 African Junior Athletics Championships. His transition to activism began in earnest in 2021 when he claimed Kanu appointed him as a broadcaster for Radio Biafra. By 2022, Ekpa declared the formation of the Biafra Republic government in exile and proclaimed himself its leader, escalating his rhetoric with demands for Kanu's release and the withdrawal of Nigerian forces from the southeast. His activities gained international attention in August 2024 when he unveiled a map of a proposed United States of Biafra and announced a declaration of independence, prompting Nigeria's defense headquarters to seek his extradition. Finnish authorities, however, acted first, arresting Eba on November 18, 2024, following investigations into his alleged role in inciting violence, including the killing of four Nigerian police operatives by the Biafra Defense Forces in July 2024. The Finnish National Bureau of Investigation froze its assets and those of associated entities, signaling a robust response to cross border terrorism. The ruling has been hailed as a victory by Nigerian officials, with the country's Attorney General previously expressing intent to hold Epka accountable. According to the BBC News, the collaboration between Finland and Nigeria underscores a growing trend of international law enforcement tracking online extremism, with studies from the Journal of Cybersecurity 2023 noting a 40% increase in such cases since 2020. However, Ekpa's supporters, including the Brigade, has vowed to appeal, arguing the verdict reflects political persecution rather than justice, a stance outlined in a statement reported by the cable news. In Nigeria, the Southeast has been a flashpoint with sit at home, disrupting daily life, a tactic Ekpa championed. The verdict may ease these tensions, though the underlying grievances, economic marginalization, political exclusion, and historical trauma, remain unresolved. Finland's role as a neutral arbiter adds a layer of complexity, given its EU membership and commitment to human rights, contrasting with Nigeria's domestic security concerns. Looking ahead, Ekpa, who has denied all charges, remains in custody as his legal team prepares an appeal. The case's outcome could set a precedent for prosecuting digital terrorism, while in Nigeria, it may influence the ongoing trial of Nnamdi Kanu, detained since 2021. As the Biafran question persists, this ruling highlights the global reach of local conflicts, blending historical wounds with the modern challenges of cyberspace governance. For further updates, official statements from the Finnish judiciary or Nigeria's government are anticipated in the coming days, offering deeper insight into the evolving saga.